The new NFT world really seems to bring the child out of humans. Imagine a well-bred American businessman going to claim his Clay token with his blue, cockeyed Clay with a business suit. All serious. It's absolutely hysterical, yet serious, and keeps you young, as long as you don't let the volatility stress you out. But see, that's why it's important to be in NFTs if you're in crypto, because the volatility of crypto will definitely aid you. Actually, just before I recorded this video, Fettuccine made a very funny tweet in reference to this. But you need the balance of NFTs to keep you young. Glad we got that figured out. It's interesting, these NFTs. A lot of people who, of course, aren't involved claim it to be a greater fool theory. Everyone trading amongst themselves in this NFT bubble. 1% are profitable and 99% of the people get left holding the bag in the bear market. Well, in my opinion, that's kind of what it is today. But that's also looking at things from the short term, right? And notice that I said in the bear market. We are so early to comprehend what it's really gonna look like when this thing matures. At the end of the day, tell me how the stock market is any different, or the Forex market for that matter. People are literally just gambling amongst each other. They have trillions traded daily. I think daily, but there's definitely trillions in the market. How are NFTs any different? Well, it's better. Crypto is the same conversation, but that's one for another day. Despite any devil's advocate I mentioned, there are gonna be 1% of the projects that make it through the fire that are used in our daily lives or in our weekend lives, or that are just cool and retain value for whatever reason humans deem them valuable. Merely the monetization aspect of NFTs in the metaverse and Web3 is endless. The monetization aspect is merely the part that can be digested by ordinary humans today. The actual possibilities are literally endless. But today we talk about Clay. Get it, John? To Clay. The Clay token is going to be launched into the ecosystem any day now. What does this mean? What can it be used for? Why do you want some? Do you even need any? Do you even want any? How can we get it? Let's Clay. Clay token, from my understanding, will be the heart, the sun of the Clay universe. Of all things Clay. There will be a fixed supply of 2.5 billion. Very broadly said in the Claypaper, Clay token will be the main utility and governance token of Clay Nation. More information on the initial utility plans will be released in the near future. The team pushes all these things through legal before making any public commitments. They want to do things right. There will be liquidity pools for Clay token, so you can trade amongst each other and drive yourself nuts. They will be on DEXs. Those are decentralized exchanges. For example, SundaeSwap, MinSwap, there are others. A cool thing about this in general, not the trading and driving yourself crazy part, but is that people from all over the open market can just own Clay and be a part of everything while being on the sidelines with Clay. Or who knows, maybe it won't be sidelines if you just own Clay. Maybe they'll actually make it interactive without actually holding any of the NFTs. The first way you can receive Clay token is by owning pitches of land in their Clayverse, right? That's made up of 3 nations. We have Underworld, which is with Good Charlotte. We have Bake Nation, which is with Snoop Doggy Dogg and Champ Medici. And then we have Sonic Village. So far, it's the most valuable. That's like their OG thing. 10% of the total supply will be allocated to pitch holders. 65% of that 10%, so 6.5% in total, will be airdropped to pitch holders. 5,000 tokens per pitch, regardless of size. But be vigilant. This is gonna happen any day now. Could even be by the time this video is released. That remaining 3.5% of Clay will be allocated to land bonuses. They do not clarify what land bonuses mean exactly just yet, whether it's because legal, whether it's because they're not exactly sure where it's gonna go. They say in the Claypaper that they're going to measure growth and what's best for the entire project at the time. But they are reserving 3.5% of all Clay token for future land bonuses. Another way you can receive Clay is by owning Claymates. Roughly 1.5% of the total supply will be allotted to Claymates holders. These are the original collections pre-Clay Nation days. You can get thorough understandings of them by going through my past videos. The token will be airdropped biannually for Claymates holders. They don't share the date due to legal circumstances. I don't know what the rule is exactly, but every Claymate will receive 1,250 Clay per year. Lastly, the most fun, genuine, unique way to earn Clay token is by owning Clay Nations and baking them. 13.5% of all the Clay token is allotted to Clay Nations. 13.5% of all the Clay token is allotted to these 19,247 NFTs, 10,000 OG Clay Nations, and 9,427 Underworld Clays. The Underworld Clays are the Clay Nation Good Charlotte collab. I just call them Underworld Clays because it sounds cooler than saying the Clay Nation and Good Charlotte collab. I'm gonna explain non-custodial baking. Are you ready? Since mint day, your Clay Nation has been accumulating Clay token. Blue and green clays earn approximately 22 Clay token per day. Other colors are roughly 21 Clay per day. In the underworld, the pumpkin clays, the red clays, and the hidden faced ones earn roughly, I think, 11 per day. And then the other colors are roughly 10 per day. So 5 to 10% discrepancy between the rare and the modest. The team recently launched the site where you can begin baking if you choose to. Of course, non-custodially. Baking takes 14 days from initiation. In those 14 days, your clay does not accumulate Clay token, meaning that 22 Clay per day for your blue clay. Once you bake it for 14 days, it misses out on that roughly 300 something Clay token. Also, if your clay is not in the same wallet that you begun the bake with, at the end of the baking period, those rewards become null. You don't get them. What's interesting is, where do these voided tokens go? They go into a booster pool. The booster pool distributes these nulled extra Clay token evenly to the clays that are not currently being baked. Unbaked, aka accumulating Clay token every single day. Those tokens that I mentioned that your clay doesn't earn during baking, those also go into the booster pool. Also, if you desire, you can end the baking period early. However, you will receive less rewards based on, I think they called it a slashed exponential slashing function. There it is. And those remaining rewards also go into the booster pool. I will explain. For example, if you bake a clay for 1,000 Clay tokens, but on day 10 you decide to cut it short, you will receive 610 Clay, which is 61%, and the remaining 390 Clay go off into the booster pool, and then your clay resets at 0. At the end of every baking period, your clay will reset at 0, if that wasn't clear. So the booster pool gets extra Clay token from 3 different areas, right? When it's not, when the clay is being baked and it's not receiving Clay token for those 14 days. If you end the baking period early, or if your clay is not in the same wallet that you baked it with. Yeah, like how do you explain that in a mass way? You don't. You have Cj.Lovelace make a freaking video. Also, an important note from the Claypaper, I think I'll just read it directly. While you bake for your Clay token, your NFT will not be accumulating daily rewards. Yes, we explained this. However, that means that it's also beneficial to bake less often, meaning you will accumulate more Clay if you bake once in a year rather than 3 or 4 times in a year, because you will lose out on those 42 to 56 days of not earning the coin, the shekel. One little Easter egg or thing I did notice in this Claypaper too, I'll read it. Initial functionality to customize pitches on the Clay Nation map with JPEG images, as well as contact information such as a Discord handle, will soon be possible. And this was like a month or 2 ago, so maybe this is coming very shortly. Longer term, holding pitches in Clay Nation should enable holders to help shape concepts, contribute to the development of the Clay Nation, and actively build within the Clayverse. We are currently working on default asset packs and builder tools to get holders started. My guess is that we will need Clay to buy these tools, to buy these packs, which is totally fair. They're not asking anything. They're not asking us to invest more, right? They're airdropping us the token. It's on you if you choose to sell it or not for a Cardano. Are you gonna bake or unbake? Are you gonna sell your Clay token once you get it? Do you think Clay token will be relevant in the end? What do you think the price of Clay token will be straight out the gate? Will it sustain? Are you guys excited for Clay token? What are you gonna build on your land? Let me know all in the comments below. You know where to reach me, at CardanoJer on Twitter, Instagram, Cj.Lovelace. Like, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all and I love the support. Share the video with your Clay friend.